They think if they control the center, they control the map. A line on paper is never a done deal. A network doesn't have a single throat to choke. Let the drums speak. Step back and look at the geometry of the map. How the giant walks blindly right into the trap. They look at maps from Washington and Moscow, thinking every nation fits their own shadow. Moscow aimed the 3-day strike at the Kyiv crown, assumed if the capital falls, the line goes down. They read the soil like a mirror of their own state. Now they're stuck in the mud, bleeding out at the gate. Washington looks at Tehran through a sanctioned lens, thinking pressure at the top is where resistance ends. Two superpowers trapped by networks they couldn't define. Stalemates on the horizon, billions in the sand, because they misread the people on the land. You cannot trap the roots with a crown. Huwezi kufunga mizizi kwa taji. You cannot cut a network from the top down. They design a siege from a centralized throne, but the web of the local stands alone. They get caught in the clay, while the capital is a world away. This is an old era written in the dust. The British and the Kyiv thinking treaties meant trust. The French in Algeria, the US in Saigon, drawing maps in high offices, wondering where the fight gone. From Kabul to the Delta, projecting mirrors on the past, assuming every network has a headquarters of glass. The empire brings a compass, but the local knows the way, drawing borders in red ink that dissolve in the clay. The center only thinks in hierarchies and commands, blind to the web of interconnected hands. They think a country is a tower to capture or shake, but it's a root system. The more you pull, the more they make, projecting their own shadow onto local terrain, buying a lifetime of deadlock and pain. You cannot trap the roots with a crown. Huwezi kufunga mizizi kwa taji. You cannot cut a network from the top down. They design a siege from a centralized throne, but the web of the locals stands alone. They get caught in the clay, while the capital is a world away. I remember driving through the south side after the rain. People walk where they need to, not where sidewalks tell them. The official grid is just a guess. Look at the water when the rain comes down. It doesn't ask permission to pool. It finds the ancient fractures in the stone. The actual network is the truth. They send the packages, they send the high-tech steel, hoping more weight will make the networks kneel. You cannot bomb a connection or starve out a link when the nodes are self-governing and the villages think. From the Donbass mud to the Red Sea Strait, they repeat the exact same imperial mistake. They launch million-dollar missile shot after shot at a shadow in the dunes they never quite caught. The global south is horizontal, blind to the vertical line. No matter how many satellites are in the sky, the lesson is ancient but power is deaf and blind. You cannot conquer a shape you haven't designed. You cannot trap the roots with a crown. Huwezi kufunga mizizi kwa taji. You cannot cut a network from the top down. They design a siege from a centralized throne, but the web of the local stands alone. They get caught in the clay, while the capital is a world away. The centers are stalling, the maps are out of date, the networks remain. Let the record show who stayed.